As a Dungeon Master, do you have the right to expect trust from your players, or should you have to earn it? Over the many decades that I have been in the tabletop role-playing game hobby, I have encountered some bad Dungeon Masters. And I want to share with you a couple red flags that I would notice when I run into bad Dungeon Masters. First would be the Dungeon Master that expects you to trust them without them needing to earn it. Oh, you don't trust me? Get to walking. I would advise that player runs away. Don't walk away, run away. Then we get to the type of Dungeon Master that doesn't seem to care. The type that will let players do anything, even if it ends up breaking the game. They are half-assed, they make up shit as they go, etc., etc. They just outwardly seem not to take this serious. In most cases, if you run into either of those red flags, they are bad Dungeon Masters. In most cases, if you run into a Dungeon Master who takes the game serious and thinks they have to earn your respect and trust, if you meet that Dungeon Master, do your best to get in their game. In my view, if you demand trust, there is something insecure about your situation. You think if you get to a certain point, you're going to be questioned or challenged. Yet, when somebody challenges you, there may be merit to what they're saying. You'll notice that some players will ask for something that a DM says they're not offering. That is a minority of players. When most players run into a DM that says, do anything, even something that's not in the book, they'll frown at that. They'll frown at the DM for allowing them to even consider that. Why not put the restrictions on me? I want to do what the book says, or whatever rules that you apply that make sense. Players don't want to see a Dungeon Master who's laid back in the chair instead of sitting up. They want them to sit up. They want to see the Dungeon Master taking the game serious, taking the process serious. It gives you confidence that that person knows what they're doing and they're serious about what they're doing, so you can make your effort and somebody's going to notice. You do not inspire confidence in your players that they are getting a serious game when you act like you don't care. Even if you tell me that mentally you do take the game serious, here's what I got to tell you. The way you act outwardly becomes reality. If you are slumped down in your chair like you don't care, you'll end up not caring. So at the end of the day, if you're a Dungeon Master that wants the respect and trust of your players, you gotta earn it, and you gotta take the process serious. You have to show your players that you care. Don't get it wrong. You can half-ass your way in this hobby for decades. But the good news for someone like me is, you'll never have the best experience with these games as a Dungeon Master if you don't take it serious. And if you haven't had that experience, fine, you don't know what you're missing out on. Ignorance is bliss. But if you understood what you're missing out on, you'd regret every moment you half-assed through the process. Okay, for now, take care.